Alright guys, so today we're going to be taking a break from discovering the secret identity of Roblox Piggy characters and skins, and we're going to be taking a look at 5 confirmed characters that are inside of Roblox Piggy, but they haven't exactly shown up yet. These are 5 characters that are confirmed to be in the game. They are in the universe, they are a part of the story, but maybe they're hiding somewhere, maybe they're in a location we haven't yet visited in the story, but they will show up, hopefully, eventually. Now, before this video starts, I do want to remind you guys that today we actually have a brand new Piggy update coming out. It's probably the biggest one actually since the Chapter 12 update launched actually a few months ago. It's going to have 3 new cutscenes in it in Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3, all revolving around Doggy and giving him a awesome big backstory for us to, read into and learn about. And hopefully Polly too. Hopefully we learn a little bit about Polly because they were, obviously partners in the police force. So hopefully we learn about him too. And then we also have 2 new skins coming to the game. We have the Pirate Parrot skin and of course the Ghost skin, which I'm actually really excited about because it's going to be floating around the maps and it's going to be really awesome. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, do go ahead and hit that red subscribe button underneath the video so you don't miss out on that live stream. Maybe Minitoon will be popping into. It'll be really, really fun, and we can discover these new cutscenes and of course give out the Robux. I know you want the Robux too. We got the Robux. It's like Arby's. They got the beef, and KreekCraft, we got the Robux. So subscribe. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get into this 5 confirmed characters that are inside of Piggy, but we haven't exactly found out where they are yet. Let's start off with number 1. So number 1 is one that actually I'm surprised not a lot of people ever really talk about, and that's Pony's dad. So we actually learn about Pony's dad at the end of Chapter 9, the city, before we go into the safe house and before we actually find George hiding behind the dumpster and chase him into the mall. Zizzy and Pony actually stop and just kind of talk a little bit about their backstories. Zizzy talks about their sisters and, how they're hiding out in the safe house, and Pony talks about his dad a little bit and how he's an ophthalmologist. He's an eye doctor. I think that's probably pretty apparent by Pony's glasses, and of course his dad probably has glasses as well. Now what's interesting here is that Pony never actually mentions what happened to his dad, only that he wants to be an eye doctor just like his dad. And he also never refers to his dad in the past tense, meaning that he could actually probably still be alive and out there somewhere. Maybe Pony got separated from him somehow and we just don't know where he is. So maybe we'll find out what happened to Pony's dad in Piggy 2. That'll be epic. Next up though, for number 2, we're actually going to be heading into the mall chapter, and the mall chapter has a lot of secrets. So if you load up Chapter 10 and go to the mall chapter, inside of the bank, you'll notice that the bank is actually called Birdie's Bank. However, there is no skin in the game named Birdie, and there is no mention of any character named Birdie besides this bank. Now, across from the bank, we do have Kitty's Kitchen. Of course, Kitty is a skin in the game. Kitty is canon in the story. We already know what happened to Kitty. Well, Kitty's gone. Kitty didn't make it. Other than that, we actually don't find any other reference to Birdie, so maybe Birdie is going to be another character coming to the game. And actually mentioning Birdie, one of the new skins coming out today is actually a bird, so maybe this is Birdie who runs the bank. I think that'd actually be really cool to put that in there. Obviously Minitoon didn't plan to have the bird skin coming out today, but since it is coming out, why not just make that Birdie? So there you go, there's Birdie's bank, and there's Birdie. That'd be pretty epic. Now as for number 3, this is where things actually get interesting, and it's one of the biggest actual questions left in Piggy that we actually haven't yet discovered, and that is one of the notes inside of the mall chapter. So if you load up Chapter 10, the mall, and you go into the mall, under one of the seats right where you spawn, there's actually an interesting note. I'm just gonna read this out real quick. It says, "She broke out, she's somewhere, we need to find her and gather supporters," and then the note is actually unsigned. Now for the longest time we thought that this was talking about TSP, and it was talking about Miss P. Obviously Miss P was held captive somewhere and she broke out and we were gonna find her somewhere. Unfortunately in Chapter 12 we found out that Miss P is, well, infected, she's gone, and of course she's in the city, so it can't be talking about Miss P. And then we also assume that the person who wrote this note was TSP. However, TSP always signs all of their notes with TSP, so it can't be TSP either. But the fact that they say we need to find her does insinuate that it's a whole nother group. So we have a whole nother group besides us and a whole nother group besides TSP out there taking people captive. So who exactly is she? Who exactly is the her that they're talking about here? We don't exactly know. Considering that she broke out and she ran away somewhere, I'm assuming it's not someone that's already infected. like mousy, but we don't know anything else about them. So hopefully we'll find out about them in Piggy 2. Also want to mention that it could have something to do with the other note found inside of the mall that says don't trust the seat something. We actually never found out what that was either. So maybe that has something to do with this girl who broke out of this random group. Minitoon, tell us something more about this, because we need to know more about this. So taking a shift back to chapter 11, we're actually going to be taking a look at Grandpa Pig. Grandpa Pig is the only member of the Piggy family that has not yet shown up in some way in the game. We've got Peppa Pig, we've got the mom, we've got the dad, we've got George, we've got the grandma, but we don't happen to Grandpa Pig. And obviously, in order for there to be a Grandma Pig, there has to be a Grandpa Pig, and we know Grandma's infected, but we actually never found out what happened to Grandpa Pig. In the Peppa Pig TV show, Grandpa Pig is actually a sailor. He owns a boat, so maybe he's out there in the ocean, and maybe he actually has no idea what's going on in the world right now. Maybe he's gonna get back to land, get off his boat, and be like, oh my gosh, there's piggies everywhere. He's like, oh my gosh, there's an entire like zombie piggy apocalypse going on. That would actually be really interesting. And of course, having a giant ship as a new chapter and a new map to play around on and find keys and escape, that'd be really cool too. So Minitoon, there's you an idea, Grandpa Pig. And then finally, we're gonna be going to chapter 12, and this is again yet another group. So if you read through all the chapter 12 notes and you listen to what Mr. P says, I'm not gonna go through everything he says because there's a lot of information here, but basically the gist of it is that Mr. P had a team of researchers that helped him out with everything. This team of researchers helped them out in the hospital to develop the initial cure, and he helped them, or they helped Mr. P move everything to the chapter 12 base whenever everything in the hospital went down. And we know through one of the notes in chapter 12 that Bunny and a few other characters were actually part of this research team, but we never actually found out what happened to the rest of the research team. We can assume that Badgie is also one of the team members, considering that he's, well, the only other character there in the building. And I'll probably make an entire video talking about Badgie, so yeah, make sure you're subscribed for that so you don't miss out on that video. But considering that the size of the chapter 12 base is humongous, I seriously doubt about 5 people were on the research team. There's probably a lot more than that, and we never actually found out what happened to the rest of them, and we never actually see them in the game either. And considering that the true ending does reveal that Mr. P is still alive, maybe he's out there somewhere with the rest of his research team trying to further find a cure to all this mess, and maybe that's where we'll find him in Piggy 2. But that is going to be it for this video. Those are 5 characters that are confirmed to be inside of Piggy, but we just haven't actually found out where they are yet or what happened to them. Of course, we also have TSP. I didn't mention TSP in this video because obviously TSP, you guys were probably expecting that, and I didn't want to talk about them because, you know, obviously TSP is a character we don't know about yet. And we'll definitely find out more about TSP in Piggy 2 as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed like I mentioned before so you don't miss out on the live stream today. And of course, keep using star code RealCreek when you're buying your Robux, buying your Roblox Premium. It helps me out a lot, allows me to just keep buying all these Robux codes to give out to you guys. So I really appreciate that. And now I'm going to go edit this video, get this video out to you guys, and then I'm going to go to sleep and get ready for this brand new Piggy update. I'm really hyped. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys later today for the Piggy stream. All right, bye.